As we do significance tests and we reject or do not reject a null hypothesis, we're bound to make some mistakes. So we're going to look at the types of errors for significance tests. Now, if we reject something, we say it's unlikely to occur, basically. So if we're doing it with alpha equal 0.05 as our cutoff, we say 95% of the time it would be in one area, 5% it's in this area. If it's in this area, that 5%, it seems unlikely, so we reject it. But in fact, sometimes it will be in that 5% area, the 0.05. That's one type of error, and you can view that as being false positive. And we call that type 1 error. Now, when it's false, but we don't reject it, we get a different type of error, and it's called a false negative. As type 1 goes down, type 2 goes up. So this is called an inverse relationship. Now, another simple example of inverse relationship. The more you drive, the less gas you have in your tank. One goes up, the miles you drive. The other one goes down, the amount of gas in your tank. A directly related relationship would be something like the more you study, the higher grades you get. The more groceries you buy, the more you spend. Things like that are directly related. So here the authors made up a table, and you should look at this and see if this helps you. We're going to be doing problems in class and calculating these things. Calculating type 1 is easy. The probability of that is simply alpha. We're also going to look at something called the power of the test later. This is going to be a very short video for this section. So here it's done in terms of a legal decision. Now, when is it critical? If the decision is extremely important, you want to have a very small alpha because you want to take as little chance as possible of rejecting it when in fact it's true. So here they talk about the death penalty. Well, you can do the same thing for talking about cancer, heart disease. What's the probability? We would like to get something much smaller than 0.05. We don't want to be right 19 out of 20 times. We want to be right 100 out of 100 if we could, but maybe the best we can get is 99 out of 100. And that ends that section.